You can see the oregano. Oh, it's getting ready to flower. Look at this vineweed. Oh man, those things will get by ya. Chickens eat them though. It's left of my chickens. Anyhow, all the lettuce is flowering. I have just pretty much kept this romaine lettuce, and the leaves have closed up, but you can see they're nice and yellow. And then these oak leaf lettuces, they've lasted longer than all the other lettuce with the heat. So I'm letting those flower, and I didn't eat any of those. I just wanted them to be primo. And they're probably going to mix with the romaine, and I kind of think they already did and that turned into this lettuce right here. But who knows? That was really juicy lettuce, so mutations are a good thing. Now these are all mustards. Mustard crop wasn't super good up here just because it was overcrowded with lettuce. And then they got infected with aphids, and now it just went to seed. But I'm going to have plenty of seed. I might even make some mustard. That's going to be great. Still unsure about what these guys are, but they're nice. Got a little cilantro, and look how stringy they are just because I was so overgrown. Even the little tomato is struggling back there. It's only like a foot tall, and it is July 1st. This guy, good God, he's gone crazy. He is 6'2", so what is that, 7-8 feet? And then these are carrots. Oh, and they smell so good. Anyways, pulled all this lettuce out of here too, because it was overcrowded. The lemon cucumbers struggling, but we'll see what happens if they go. I've popped another round in, threw some beets in, and carrot seeds, and who knows, I probably planted something else. And these are potatoes. I forgot that I planted back here, but they're here. They haven't flowered yet, so we'll see what kind of potatoes I get out of here. Raining a lot. Oh, look it. More carrots. This is the wild spinach, calacitas. And I found out that the seeds here are just as nutritious, if not more, than quinoa. So I'm saving them for the seeds. Man, plus they're good. Look at all these baby chives coming up everywhere. Soon I'm going to be transplanting those. Now big old bushies like this. These are beets. These are from my own stock. I'm pretty sure these are golden beets. Or maybe actually white beets. I had both and I saved a bunch of seeds. These are awesome. See, you got a bunch of carrots, more flowers, more beet. And you can tell they're beet because they have flat leaves, as opposed to the chard has really crispy leaves. I'll show you later. We got the thyme in here. Big peas. All these peas I'm saving for seed stock, just because it gets so hot in here, and they should be adapted. This is my best looking tomato. That's my second. Really hard time on tomatoes this year. Okay. And my one sunflower so far. Alright, well, let me hang up my laundry and then I'll get down to the other gardens and show you what's up. Cheers. Alright, for any of you wondering, these plants are legal where I live, so take that. And I grew up in Alaska, where it was legal my whole life, except for a few years in high school. Anywho, this is quinoa. She's a rippin'. Looking good. Look at all these acorn squashes just starting to branch out everywhere. This guy, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to transplant. I'm pretty sure that's a male. Open female here. But I also got some chard in there, but it's going to be too stringy. Morning Glory starting to rip. I got my thyme here. Still haven't got my boxes off the ground. Hopefully it won't start molding. The beans are looking real good. Quinoa. Jalapeno, not liking it. It's just been soggy. It's been raining so much. I did not stake these guys up, these tomatillos. And I have in the past, and they do a lot better, like peas. But that's something to do in the future. Marigold's looking good. Oh, look at wild carrot. And the chamomile. Oh yeah. And this is my favorite tea. Oh, and fresh flowers. If you got some fresh honey too, oh my lord, so good. Look at them, they're looking real good. More quinoa. This is the saddest looking squash, but he should take off soon. I did replace him because he did pass. Oh, look at, hey Scoot. But anyways, looking good. This greenhouse is doing really good. It doesn't overheat. It keeps the cold air off, coming off the hills in the early morning. And I'm really liking the style. Plus, when it rains, I don't have to do too much. I got a hose hooked up. And yeah, I'm really liking this open greenhouse. I think is one of the better styles at this high altitude. And then you could, I don't know. It's just hard. You got to have options. That's all I'm going to say. Ain't that right, Scoot? Yep. Okay, here's a huge storm catchment. You notice this is quite a big watershed that feeds right into this little spot here. So I really have not watered those too much, maybe just a couple times. But those are potatoes and sunflowers and lettuce. And I'm going to work on the soil a little bit more. And with no seed, hopefully, if the weather's right and the rain is right, this will be a natural flower area, pollinator attractor. And sometimes it really storms where this stuff runs off, and so this could be a good soil catchment / compost maker. We're just going to start generating really good soil. And that might be a future swimming hole for me. So, alright, let's go check the bigger greenhouse. Before we do that, rhubarb looking good, radish flowering, lovage, don't know what that is, but natural flowers, love them, peas, strawberries, a bunch of cilantro here, not doing very good. These are arugula flowers, love them. So, gonna have to amend this bed, or maybe, I don't have my pH tester anymore, but yeah, look at my books and see what the pH of cilantro is and why they're not liking it here. This lovage, doing really good. I have a big caterpillar in here somewhere. Oh, there he is, look at it. What's up, buddy? Now, I let these guys live. Most people kill them, but I love them. And watch, he's got a little antenna. Oh, are you too cold? You too cold? Alright. Lovage popping up. Wildflowers, lovage. Flowers. The trick over here is to find things that the rabbits and the chickens won't eat. Lamb's ear, penstemon. They haven't jumped up here yet. Wild marigolds. Don't know what this is. And this is horehound. And that's a wild something. It looks like goat's head if you're down in the lowlands, and goat's heads are horrible, but these only flower, and this is a bean. That I transplanted out of here. These are all potatoes, and they're kicking. They're doing real good. And tomatillos. And I didn't stake them up again, but they're doing pretty good. They're not really liking all this rain, but tough luck. Oh, and since all my tomatoes are doing horrible, about a couple weeks ago I picked up about 6 for 50 cents. So, introduce some genetic diversity. Oh, and these are just wild beans, like black frijoles. I get millions of them, and the beans are constantly feeding the ground. Alright, so I'm taking this to the farmer's market tomorrow, and this is going to be most of the crop, outside of a little bit of what you've seen. Oh, okay, not too bad, huh? Oh, looking horrible. Success? Not success. I cannot figure out what's going on over here. Besides, it gets really hot. There's plenty of water, pretty much the same soil. And it was planted before all of this. There's some mysteries here. It could be energetic. Not sure. Oh. Now, these are mustards too, but they're a different kind of mustard. I had a seed pack, and they're pretty good, but they're not like this. And unfortunately, it's been raining a lot, so that kind of waters down the taste of the mustard. Now, compared to the beet earlier, you can see how the chard is as compared to the super flat leaves of the beet. Well, it's good though. Got a bunch of arugula, some bib lettuce, spinach. That's a beet right there. So I'm going to thin that out. Maybe make a few pounds of a salad, a bunch of mustard, a bunch of chard, some flowers. Man, that spinach was so good. Yeah, I'm just letting it flower right now. Same with this lettuce. I transplanted this romaine from up at the upper greenhouse, and it went to flower right away, and which is good. That's what I wanted it to do. And then I broadcast these seeds, and for some reason they're turning red right away too. So I don't know. Probably something to do with the timing, the sun, the weather, like how cold it gets at night. Bunch of cilantro in here. I'm saving just for flowers. I might cut some for the market. And then second round of peas. My first round of peas are doing real good over here. I'm trying my best not to eat them. The real best ones I have to save for seed stock. The other ones I'm going to sell. I heard they're selling for $35 a pound somewhere. Oh my goodness. That kind of price, who wants to sell them? Better just eat them. Feel like a king. Anyways, I realized the more that they have support, the bigger, faster they grow. I've never really grown peas. I don't know why. I love them. Anyways, a bunch of radishes, a bunch of kale, fennel, borage, strawberries. Had about 6 strawberries so far. Delicious. It's going okay. It gets really hot right here. This has been pretty much a failure. It gets way too hot in here. Everything has struggled until the last, 2-3 weeks since the nights have gotten warmer. So those are some of the tomatoes I put in. The basil's just popping. Cucumbers, horrible. Chili's horrible. So I think it's probably the underground soil. When the roots come into the native soil, it's probably way too alkaline, I'm starting to think. Watermelon's doing it horrible too. So, it's good. It's good to have options. There's many different garden beds, so if you extremely fail at one, you don't completely starve. Like this bed right here. I've just planted it a week ago with curly leaf kale. So just do things in stages. Don't plant everything at once. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed. If you're curious. Anyways, so look, even the beans are doing real weak. Now some of this garlic I've been pulling out. Let's try this one. And this was a giant purple garlic. Oh, he went down deep. So just one head. So most of these, I'm not going to eat these. I'm probably going to leave some of those in here, and I'm just going to replant them. Because I'm going to want garlic this next spring, and whatnot. Alright, so, not doing so good in this whole little area. And the soil is all the same, guys. The soil is all the same. It's all from the local nursery mixed in with sand, like highly mineralized sand from mining, as well as chicken hay and poop and all that stuff in the compost, set for a year. So, look at these guys doing good. Those guys were planted 2 months before these guys. So it could just be a huge energy thing. Maybe I built on top of a fairy home or something, and the fairies are hurting, are saying, no way. Anyhow, I'm not starving. I'm eating pretty dang good. You mix some of that fennel up with some sorrel and some lovage and a bunch of spinach with some pasta and salad dressing and maybe a big chard leaf. Oh, wait, and there's mustard. Yeah, let me tell you, I'm living real good. I just got to keep this up. So the plan is I'm going to try winter vegetables in here to continue slinging the food. I mean, look how delicious that looks. Oh, yes, I can't wait. So I just wanted to show you guys this before I trim it all up and take it to the masses in my town of 700. All right. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, Grandma. Enjoy the chocolate.